And welcome back to Derby Date Night Tournament Edition. If you did not watch the last game that we just had, holy schmoly, it was a good one. Love those overtime jams. So if you didn't watch it, then definitely plan to find it later when everything on replay comes up, because what a great game that was between Hard Knocks out of Knoxville and Bloomington Blockheads from Bloomington, Indiana. But right now, you all are here for our second game, introducing Team Philippines and Glass City Rollers. We are so excited to have these two teams here. Glass City is out of Toledo, Ohio, and Team Philippines makes this our first international tournament. Woohoo! Woohoo! And they are from everywhere. We have skaters on Team Philippines from California, Colorado, Washington, Connecticut, Illinois, Ohio, Indiana, Maryland, Nevada, Texas, and Pennsylvania.
Few places.
Yeah, a few places.
Just here and there.
For those who don't know us, I am Aria Kidding Me here on Derby Date Night. I am joined by my forever date, Seriously, who is our technical producer, director, and guy who likes to tell me what to do, and I don't listen to him. And also with my other forever third wheel, Coach Eric from Circle City and IJRD. We're excited to have you here helping us with the stats this weekend.
Thank you. Pleasure as always. I love it.
So you're sticking around after the first game.
Oh,
You're okay to keep going. I didn't. My Red Bull didn't go completely overboard yet.
Nah, I got 5 kids, remember? So.
Well, and according to the chat, I'm not going to crash until the fourth game.
Fourth game.
So I'm going to hold on. I'm thinking about something. I'm going to let Coach Eric talk to you a little bit about being a third wheel member, and I will be right back.
Woohoo! So join the membership. It's great. You get little things like the colored wheel next to your name. It changes as you longer you are. You get different colors, which is kind of cool. I haven't seen mine. I got to do mine here in a minute and see what color it is now. I think I'm past that 6-month point. So we'll see. But you get exclusive membership things. You get discounts at merch. You get exclusive. You get the upcoming schedule for the month before everybody else does. So you get to know where Derby Date Night is going to be and what's going on well ahead of everybody else. And you get cool emojis that nobody else has access to. That's the best part, really. Let's just be honest about it. The joke alert things, that's all you really need.
I know. The joke alert is probably the most used.
Yes.
There's also the Derby Love,
favorite.
which Goldie used recently. Sirius is fixing my mic. Oh, Tara's just going to show us all of them.
Tara's throwing them out there.
I like Ope. Ope is not used very much, but I think Ope is a really good one.
That's really good. That's so Midwest.
Tara says it's weird not seeing Bona. Where are Bona and Richie this weekend? Not here.
I have no idea.
They're usually here. Oh. Well, maybe they'll jump in the chat at some point. You never know. And stickers.
Oh,
Yes.
stickers.
Members also get their special third wheel stickers. Anyway.
Must be present to win.
Another thing that you can do if you want to cheer somebody on and get your shout out up on the screen is you can send a super chat. So you can hit that little $ to send a super chat and root for your team or favorite skater. But here's the reason why you're all here today, to watch some roller derby, and our first lead jammer of the game goes to Glass City Rollers and Gigabyte. Panay Envy is your jammer for Team Philippines Jeepney Squad, and Panay just has to get past one more blocker, but takes a hit out and is going to be slowed down by a tripod at the front of the pack. Meanwhile, Gigabyte is in the pack on a scoring pass, stuck at the back of the pack. What a nice tripod here. Now, a reminder, Team Philippines is a borderless team. These skaters have never skated together as a full team. So that is an advantage that some of the other teams have that Team Philippines is going to figure out after this game. But for the first game here, they're kind of figuring out how they're going to skate together, what that's going to look like. I do know they had a practice last night, and I think 8 of them were able to go to the practice, and so then they did some team bonding. And I heard that they're already super bonded and having just the greatest time together. And I love seeing these borderless teams be able to come to tournaments and do the awesome thing.
Oh,
Is this a power jam?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Glass City Gigabyte lost that lead and will be sitting in the power box. Panay Envy is now through the pack, having scored 4 points for Team Philippines. They are the first ones to get some points on the board here, and this jam is going to go the full 2 minutes. Gigabyte used to skate for Fort Wayne Juniors. Oh, that's awesome. We've done quite a few of Fort Wayne's streams, and I love seeing juniors who age up. And Gigabyte currently doing a great job on the jamming. Team Philippines stars look a little different than a star. It is a sun. So you can keep your eye out for that sun. That is the jammer star. I love how there are so many teams now who do like a little bit of a different version of the star.
Yeah, that's the sun that's on the Filipino flag.
Yeah, very cool.
So it's kind of cool. I like the Canadian teams all do the maple leaf now.
Mm-hmm. There's some teams that do some really funny things. Doesn't Maryland do like the crab or something? I feel like the state teams have done some funny things too.
Yeah, they've done some good ones.
When I was at Skate Wars last year. All right, that jam is over. Team Philippines in the lead with 8 points to Glass City's 4, but we're only one jam in, so it's gonna be a while before we really know who's taking control of this game. All right, and lead jammer gonna go to Team Philippines, and I Am Godzilla, who somebody was rooting for in the chat. Jamming for Glass City is Mother Nature. I Am Godzilla in the pack on a scoring pass, takes a hit to the outside. The pivot who hit them out takes a little bit of a tumble. Godzilla gets hit to the outside and is being pulled all the way to the back by AK-47. And that jam will come to an end. Team Philippines did put, I think, a couple points on the board there, 10-4. You don't like when the team's helmet matches their jammer cover? I'm looking at you, Team Maryland. Oh, yeah, because if they don't have a cover, yeah, that's difficult. And Maryland has, like, the caution tape look of their, because their state flag is, like, yellow, black, checker. I don't know why we're talking about Team Maryland, because we've got two teams from Ohio and Philippines, which have nothing to do with Maryland playing. We've got Karma Chameleon for Team Philippines and Kuma Sutra for Glass City Rollers. And lead jammer is going to go to Team Philippines and Karma Chameleon, but Kuma Sutra is out behind about half a track. On a scoring pass is Karma, who comes into the pack and immediately decides to call it, trying to prevent Glass City from scoring any points, and she does so, bringing Team Philippines up to 13 points.
Looks a little more like our normal slower derby.
Mm-hmm.
It's not near as fast that first game.
That last game was definitely a much faster one. But we'll see if that continues here. All right, and we are getting into Jam 4.
Out already.
Another Team Philippines. That's 3 in a row, isn't it, Eric?
Yep.
Whew. Baby Damulag. I wrote this down. Damulog. Damulog is up against Blockbuster for Team Ohio. Baby Damulog is in the pack on a scoring pass. Blockbuster approaching the pack, trying to score points. Team Philippines did a really good job there getting to the front of the pack. Yeah. So even though Glass City was in the pack, they were only passing their own skaters by the time the jam got called off.
Yeah, getting to the front and staying just at that 10 feet.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. All right, we have got this. Did we have any pivot line starts in the last game?
I think we had a couple, yeah.
Yeah, a couple? All right. Well, we are getting going with this 5th jam. We've got 20. Wow, that was 4 jams in 5 minutes. These are going pretty quick. This is very much, I'm noticing Team Philippines has been using more of a hit it and quit it approach with the lead jammers they have had. Panay Envy doing a great job trying to pull that pack apart at the front, but takes a hit to the inside from GI Wrath and is pulled to the back, which allows Gigabyte and Glass City to get out with lead. Panay is able to get out and is about half a track behind and is going to be chasing the pack down. Gigabyte in the pack on a scoring pass. Panay approaching the pack but will not be able to score any points as that jam will be called off. And Glass City, I think, got a couple points on the board there. 3 more points, bringing them to 7. Yeah, I know, Tara, that pivot starts have your heart because I watched you in your last game. Every time you had the pivot on, you were putting your little toe stop right on that pivot line, and it was fun to watch because you were having some pivot fun with the other pivots, which. As a former pivot myself, that was one of my favorite things. It's the silliest little thing,
It's such an old rule.
It's such an old rule, but it still exists. So for those of you who don't know the rule, if a pivot has their toe stop on the pivot line, then everyone has to start behind the hips of the pivot. So pivots will sometimes compete to get the front line that way. All right, here we go. Karma for Team Philippines and Mother Nature for I think the first time for Glass City. Am I correct?
I don't think so. No.
No? Second time?
No, they're running a pretty basic.
All right, Karma is through and will be lead jammer while Mother Nature waits in the penalty box on this power jam for Team Philippines. Karma communicating with the pack. I love this. A team that's never played together, and Karma is able to indicate what they want from the blockers and get through and grab 4 points for Team Philippines.
There's a few things in Derby that are kind of universal.
Yes. And when you push your hand in the go, go, go motion, people pretty much know that means, hey, give me some offense. All right, Glass City is coming back in. Mother Nature now eligible to play, but not to score, as Mother Nature has not yet completed her initial scoring pass. So this is not a point scoring time through the pack because you have to complete your initial pass of everyone first. Team Philippines, meanwhile, is scoring points, and Karma has now scored 4 more, bringing Team Philippines to 25 as Mother Nature continues to struggle to find any space and get through this pack. What a beautiful tripod with Team Philippines here, managing to hold Mother Nature.
That offense was amazing.
Yeah, was that the pivot who came through?
Yeah.
Came out of blocking, came through, opened up a hole. What great job by, who is that pivot? 7808, that is Nako. Fabulous work. Woo! Some beautiful juking there by Karma to be able to get through and score 16 points, matching our highest jam total of the tournament so far, I believe, because we had a couple 16-point jams in the first game. So that brings Team Philippines to 33. That jam, very, very nice job.
They'll be on the power start for this jam as well.
Yep. Glass City. So Mother Nature is going to jam again?
Yeah. Got stuck in the box right at the end of the jam, just as the time will run out.
That stinks. All right. So Baby Domalog has a power jam for Jeepney Squad and is through. Will be lead jammer. Now on a scoring pass. Nice offense on the outside from Team Philippines. That pack is starting to speed up. Mother Nature is standing in the penalty box as Domalog comes through to score 4 points. I agree, Van. Mashup teams are so hard to find cohesion, but I can already, like, their tripods are already becoming incredibly strong, and I just love seeing mashup teams who just come together. It's beautiful. That pack has slowed down. Both jammers stuck behind tripods. Yeah, Domalog taking a hit to the inside there.
They made the star pass to Tornado.
Tornado now jamming for Glass City and getting recycled to the back while Domalog is trying to pull that pack apart at the front. Takes a hit from 47 on Glass City and is going to be recovering here. Beautiful work from blocking from both teams. Wow. Yep. And that was well-earned 4 points for Baby Domalog. That is a hard, you got those points. Tornado is still stuck at the back of the pack. Nope, got through and has one more blocker to get past and does so. That was not any points because that was an initial. Domalog, meanwhile, has gotten in the pack and has gotten through and decides to call the jam before any points can be scored.
Feel bad for those pivots that have to do that work, and then they call it with 5 seconds left anyway.
Yeah, hard-earned points, absolutely. Yep. Completely agree with y'all. So something else about about Team Philippines is that obviously they've never skated all together. A team timeout is being taken right now by Glass City. The skaters that are skating the first time ever with Team Philippines are Aboto. Oh, goodness, I'm not going to be able to read Chaos's handwriting here. Ms. Tiza, Baby Domalog, who we just saw jamming. That's their first time with Team Philippines. Ainako, Sio Pao, Jolly Bay, Lapu Gacha, Wumbo, and Panay. That's a lot of skaters their first time doing that. And in order to be eligible to be on Team Philippines and this diasporic team, their parent or their grandparent must be full Filipino. And this team, with everyone having a parent or grandparent who is full Filipino, their average calculated height of the entire team is 5'3". I love this stat. It's so great. If you add all their heights together, 5'3" is one of the stats that they gave me. Isn't that nice? Well, you all managed to avoid during that timeout me telling my on the farm jokes, but this weekend the theme of the jokes is on the farm, and so Eric and Sirius are going to have to handle my E-I-E-I-O jokes.
Oh. E-I-E-I-O, no.
E-I-E-I-O, no. All right, here we go. Back to the Derby again. I Am Godzilla for Team Philippines and Kuma Sutra for Glass City. I Am Godzilla is pulling the pack to the front first. Here comes the pivot with some good support, but it is not enough, and Kuma Sutra is able to sneak past on the outside and get through. The star, was that the star that came off? I Am Godzilla has the star in hand as Kuma Sutra is coming in on a scoring pass. Godzilla gets through and will be coming around trying to score points. Kuma Sutra currently in the pack on a scoring pass. Godzilla going so fast and in the pack eligible to score. That did look like a back block. Yep. Called on a back block and is headed to the penalty box. Okay, see, Kuma Sutra is doing something that, jammers both sit down. They both get up.
Yep.
That was Sirius. You didn't get it on. It was the most adorable penalty that Sirius did not get on his camera, and he's sad now. But they both sat down. They looked at each other, and then they were both released. So that's the ultimate shenana jam, I think.
To an extent, yeah. And the Philippines jammer was really good because she hustled to get there.
That's what I was going to say. As she was headed to the box. I love a good hustle to the box, and she was doing such a good job just hustling, and that was great. So because both jammers went to the box and Kuma Sutra was lead when that happened, we are going to have a 2-minute jam. We have 30 seconds left in this jam. Godzilla just got through to score their first 4 points, so both jammers have now scored 4 points in this jam. Kuma is in the pack. Oh, that tripod looks tough to get past. Kuma has gotten stuck in that tripod. Godzilla is behind a block-to-puss. All 4 skaters, all 8 legs focused on blocking. We're just gonna stop here at the apex of turns 1 and 2 and just for 30 seconds. Now, they did have some points because when you're in the pack on a scoring pass, you still get points for every person who's from the other team whose hips you pass. The refs just won't put their hands up to say how many points it is until that jam ends if you don't get all the way through. So it does look like Glass City grabbed 3 points, and Philippines maybe didn't grab any, but an official timeout has been called.
I think that's what they're talking about.
Yeah, I think so. Because I saw her lift 2 fingers in the air because she was pretty confident she had gotten 2 points. So we'll see how that goes. DJ Murphy says, Jeepney Squad, you're amazing. Oh, I love all the cheering in the chat. This is wonderful to see all of you engaging and having fun in the chat. If you don't know us, we are Derby Date Night, and we bring you live roller derby in and around the Midwest. We bring you good roller derby, always, and we also bring you bad jokes. We always have a theme. This weekend's theme is on the farm, so I'm going to tell you some farm jokes real quick, because I know that's what you're all waiting for, right? I'm already laughing because these jokes are so bad. What do you call a horse that lives next door? A neighbor.
Oh, man.
Serious guessed that one. All right, and one more. Okay, I kind of already told this joke, but I think it's funny. What do you call a cow with no legs?
Oh, there's your ground beef.
There's my ground beef. I think I'm hilarious. All right, let's go back to Derby. Okay, I don't know what that official timeout was for, but it was pretty much, they did it so I could tell you guys some jokes. Here for the jokes, stay for the Derby. Love it. Yeah, I think some people do come just for the jokes. And the Derby is a nice benefit. All right, we've got Panay Envy jamming for Team Philippines and Blockbuster for Glass City. Panay is through and will be your lead jammer. We are about halfway through the first half of this game. We have so much Derby that we're going to be playing today. Blockbuster is going to be chasing down Panay Envy, who is currently in the pack on a scoring pass. Beautiful slide through the inside, practically untouched, and immediately calls the jam. That was a clinic. That was,
textbook.
Get through. Textbook way to grab your 4 points there, bringing Team Philippines to 57. All right, getting ready for another jam here. What do you call a cow with 2 legs? A cow on the ground is ground beef. What do you call a cow with 2 legs?
That's
I don't know.
That's bad.
Lean beef?
So bad.
I like it. Okay, Derby. Karma is jamming for Team Philippines and Gigabyte for Glass City. We've seen both of these jammers. They seem to be pretty core to the jammer rotation.
Yeah.
Karma is through and will be your lead jammer. Glass City coming back to provide some offense for Gigabyte. Gigabyte has got to get past Hortazuela, who has 10 years of skating experience, the most seasoned player on this Team Philippines. And Karma decides to call the jam after scoring 4 points. Akila's 10-year-old loved the cow joke. Love it, love it, love it. Veronica, sometimes I accidentally start to tell a risque joke. Veronica says her other 2 jokes are too risque, which I appreciate. They're, with this, we try to be a family channel as much as we can. Sometimes I accidentally tell the setup for a risque joke, and then I read the punchline, and I'm like, nope, I'm not going to read. You can Google it. I try not to read the jokes beforehand so that I can, experience them with you all. Godzilla jamming for Team Philippines and Mother Nature for Glass City. I'm sure Mother Nature is glad to be out of the penalty box this time. So, yeah. But there is this Team Philippines tripod. And it's always different skaters, but their tripod is very, very strong. Godzilla is through and will be your lead jammer. Nice offense there by AK-47 to try and break apart that tripod and help Mother Nature get through. I Am Godzilla coming around the outside, very sneaky there, getting through and calling the jam after scoring 4 more points. Ursa, hi, hello, I love you, Tatera. We're so happy to have you here. And we are just having a great time at this tournament. For those who did not tune in to the first game between Bloomington and Hard Knocks, you're going to want to do a rewatch. The score was back and forth the entire time. I'm not going to spoil it and tell you who won. Well, don't look at the scoreboard. Don't look at you're going to figure out who won at some point. But rewatch it because it went into overtime. And we all love a good overtime jam, don't we? Ooh, do you see that Baby Domalog is one of those skaters who grins when they're skating?
Yeah.
Domalog just has the biggest smile on their face as they are jamming, and it is beautiful to see. I love it. Scarface jamming for the first time for Glass City.
Yep.
Has gotten out of the pack. Domalog on a scoring pass does call the jam before Scarface can come in and score any points. This is the way, this is the playbook for Team Philippines right now. It's the hit it and quit it. We're going to get through. We're going to grab 4 points. We're going to call it. What Glass City wants to do is they're going to want to start getting some lead jammer. Like, where are we at percentage-wise with lead jammers, do you feel like?
Oh, for Glass City, they've only got one at 50 and one at 2/3. It's still pretty early, but yeah, the vast majority is definitely.
Yeah. I feel like they've kind of been dominating the lead jammers. So Glass City is going to want to get a few more of those, and this is an opportunity right now for Gigabyte, who is pulling the pack to the front, but it is Pine Envy who manages to slip to the inside and get through. Gigabyte with the hustle. Look at that hustle. And the smile. Gigabyte is having a great time chasing down Panay Envy, who comes into the pack and calls it. Oh, what an effort by Gigabyte to try and steal some points. Not successful, but look at the smiles on everybody's faces. Like, when a jammer in the back decides to just, like, I'm going to get you, it just makes everybody smile. Jennifer says their smile is one of their signature looks. I adore skaters who just smile the whole time they are skating. When I skated, I look I look mad in every photo, and I don't, like, you don't think about what your face is doing when you're skating, but some people just have the natural smile. I was not one of them. Karma Chameleon for Team Philippines, and Blockbuster getting lead jam for Glass City, but Karma got out shortly behind, so about quarter track behind Blockbuster. Coming in, oh, beautiful, sliding through on the inside, untouched, grabbing those 4 points and calling it, saying, I'm going to do an Uno reverse on Team Philippines here. I'm giving my signal to Eric, and I talked earlier, and I said I was going to give a signal when I wanted him to fill space because I was going to take a break from talking, and I gave the signal, and he literally just looked at me.
I did for a half second. It's still early.
What do you mean? What are you doing? We talked about this signal,
Who are you
Eric.
again? Why am I here?
Godzilla jamming for Team Philippines, and Willow Kill for the first time for Glass City. I Am Godzilla trying to pull the pack apart at the front. We're getting that pack pulled. I haven't seen a lot of pack pulling apart like this, where people are having to bridge, and I Am Godzilla gets lead jammer after pulling the 2 skaters to the front. A nice hit. Who is that? That was Godzilla Rex with the hit to the inside. Willow Kill is trying to find some space. Star has been passed on Glass City and able to stay in bounds with a little hop on the outside is Catatomic, who is now going to be the jammer for Glass City and force the call off for Team Philippines. We are less than 10 minutes left in this first half. It's gone by so fast.
This one has, yeah.
It's gone by real fast. Even though the packs were faster in the last game, I feel like the game was slower, if that makes any sense at all.
Well, they ran a lot of jams, which makes it seem longer.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Whew. So excited to have you all here today. Welcome to Derby Date Night. If you are not a third wheel member, you see that some people in this chat have little wheels next to their names. We do live Derby almost every weekend during spring, summer. So definitely subscribe, and you could even become a member and help support us as we do live roller derby in and around the Midwest. And today we are doing the Smalltown Smackdown today and tomorrow, a B-level tournament, which we like to call a learnament. And yeah, we're going to have a good time. We'll see what I'm like tomorrow after announcing 11 games and when I'm starting to announce the 12th game. But the 12th game is always the most fun because that's the championship game. Both teams were able to score 2 points in that last jam. And we are at 80-20. Isn't that the vision you're supposed to have?
If you're really good.
So the teams have good vision. Oh, it's 20-20. What's 80-20?
It means you can see at 80 what most people can see at 20. That's pretty good.
There is something that's 80-20.
That's really good vision.
Really good vision if you're
80-20.
There's so much Derby love in the chat. We love to see it. We have got Panay Envy jamming for Team Philippines and Gigabyte. Oh, okay. Panay Envy headed to the box. So this is a power jam for Gigabyte and Glass City. Gigabyte taking a hit to the outside. Beautiful backward waterfalling here. And what I mean by that is one skater goes back and one skater goes back further, which allows them to stretch the pack and pull the jammer back further. They're going to do it again. See this backwards waterfalling? We've got 5-0-5-0 who's bridging, and then 1-5-2-1. Lapu got you. I like that. Lapu got you. Is doing it. Oh, Lapu Gotcha is just again and again and again. Yep. And this power jam is already over. And Panay Envy is back in the pack. This is going to be a 2-minute jam because Gigabyte did take that star off and was thinking about passing it to the pivot. So neither jammer is eligible to become lead. Gigabyte is on a scoring pass right now. Panay Envy is still on their initial pass. Gigabyte is getting stuck at the front of the pack. We've got one blocker from Glass City headed to the penalty box. Panay Envy able to take advantage of having only 3 blockers out there, gets through, and will be eligible to score points. 21 seconds left in this jam. The star was passed. No, they tried to pass it and then got a penalty. So this is now a power jam for Team Philippines, and we will start the next jam with a short power jam for Team Philippines, who has stopped at the apex of turns 3 and 4. 80-20 is ground beef. Thank you, Casey. Gnarly David Slam. Yes, that's what I was thinking of, was ground beef. Which is our theme of the day, on the farm. Well, they're not on the farm anymore. Anyway, getting back to the Derby. Sasquatch says, shout out to all the officials. I miss y'all. Oh, I got to tell you who the officials are for this game. That's important information because we can't do anything without our volunteers. So I will pull that up and have that ready for the next in-between jams. Karma jamming for Team Philippines, and Gigabyte in the box for Glass City Rollers. Gigabyte is standing, so we'll be coming out of that box and is coming out of the box right now.
Karma to the box.
Karma to the box. Will we call that a shenana jam? Not quite, because they didn't both go to the box. Yeah, she was already out of the box. It's a almost shenana jam. But Gigabyte coming out of the box and getting lead jammer, which is exactly what what Tara is saying that Gigabyte and Glass City needed. Beautiful offense. Did you see the signal too? Did a little. They have their own signals for what they want, and they are not the universal signals. So beautiful offense there to get her through. And calling the jam, freezing Panay in the penalty box. And we will have a very short power jam start for Glass City, who was able to get 6 points out of that power jam. So much fun. Love seeing it.
I know they're doing really good.
So
It's
much
good,
support
solid
and Derby love
stuff.
in the chat. We love to see all your Derby love to everybody. All right, here we go. We have got Karma in the box and out of the box. Scarface jamming for Glass City. Takes a little bit of a tumble. Somebody's getting called on a forearm. It was a Team Philippines skater. Oh, 2 Team Philippines skaters got called on penalties. Scarface has 2 blockers to get past and does so. Another lead jam for Glass City. Karma trying to push the pack forward. Looks like we've got 2 blockers from Team Philippines in the box. 1 blocker headed to the box for Glass City. All right, Karma is through. 4 points for Team Philippines. Scarface is also through for 4 points. Karma approaching the pack on another scoring pass.
Giving up a couple right
and
there.
And the Jeepney squad comes out on top in that jam with 7 points to Glass City's 4. Team Philippines up to 91. Glass City at 33. This is our second game where we are introducing teams to you. We were introduced to Hard Knocks and Boomington in the first game, which was an amazing game. You're now meeting Glass City and Team Philippines, and in the next couple hours, in the next couple hours, you'll be meeting Root River Rollers, Burning River Roller Derby, Rolla Rockets, and our home team, Corn-Fed Roller Derby. So we're going to have some great derby over these next 2 days, and we are so happy to have you here joining us. I am Godzilla jamming for Team Philippines, and Kuma Sutra for Glass City. Kuma Sutra has 1 blocker to get past and gets lead jammer, but also takes a hit to the outside. The blocker who pushed her out, which was Hortazuela, was pulling back, and the jammer did not see it. The jammer had fallen out of bounds, and so when the jammer tried to keep going, Kuma Sutra got called on a track cut, and this is now a power jam for I Am Godzilla and Team Philippines.
That was a Shenana Jam.
That was a Shenana Jam.
Yep.
There you go. And this will also be a 2-minute jam because there is no lead. Lead has been lost, and there is no one that's going to be getting it. Melanin, you are so right. Cornfed are such great hosts. You were here last year, weren't you? And we had so much fun. And I wish we could have like 10 million teams come. Can we just have all the teams come? Because I always fall in love with all the teams over the course of the Smackdown, and then it's not the same teams the next year, and I'm like, I miss those teams.
Glad you guys spread that love around, though. It's
yes,
nice.
we do. Cornfed really does try to make sure that as many teams as possible can experience the Smalltown Smackdown. Being a B-team tournament, when there are so few, it is pretty competitive to get to be able to have your team get to play in the tournament. Godzilla got through for another 4 points, bringing that total to 8. Kuma Sutra is back in the pack on a scoring pass. Godzilla sneaking around the outside there to get to the front of the pack, doing a little spin at the front to get another 4 points, bringing Team Philippines over the 100 mark. We have 17 seconds left in this first half of the game. If a timeout is not called, that will be the last jam of this first half, but we got a whole nother half to play, and it's going to be pretty fun.
A few more halves to go.
A few more halves to play. Well, this game, we got one more half. All right,
Halftime.
We're going to take a break. This is halftime, but we will be back with you in just 15 minutes. In the meantime, subscribe, like, share, bring your friends in. This is going to be such a fun tournament, and you don't want to miss all the on-the-farm jokes that we're going to be telling, and to see me slowly lose my voice and my mind, which is going to be a fun time for all of us. We'll see you again in about 10 minutes here on Derby Date Night. Welcome back to Derby Date Night. And you are joining us at the Smalltown Smackdown. We are in the middle of our second game of the day between Team Philippines and Glass City Rollers. I know we've got a couple minutes before this intermission is done, but I wanted to make sure to introduce you to our volunteer referees. We've got non-skating and skating officials in this game, and I want to make sure you know who they are because we always like to root for Team Zebra as well as the teams playing, and we really appreciate our refs and want to recognize them. So for this game, we have got Duck Lawless, Judge, Peter Colas, Hardcore, Madame Morningstar, David Feckham, Dig Dug, and Painbow are your on-skates officials. Your NSOs are Wild Irish Rosie, Mortricia, Galvatron, Ryder, Kelsey Grammer, Shiv, Too Legit to Quit, Robin Daggers, Rika, and Highway to Shell. Thank you so much. We are so glad to have you all here, and we appreciate our refs who are also here for 2 days with all this amazing roller derby. As we get ready to start the second half, I am going to put up a poll for you to vote for your skater of the game. We now have a Derby Date Night sticker that is exclusive, and you can only get that sticker if you are voted as a skater of the game by the chat from Derby Date Night. So we have Coach Eric and I have chosen 2 jammers and 2 blockers, one from each team, for you to vote on. You will have until 5 minutes is left in the game to vote. So you do not need to vote immediately, but you can take some time, watch these skaters, and decide who you want to vote for, and then make sure to vote before there is 5 minutes left. So I'm going to go ahead and start that poll as we get ready to start the second half of this game. Such a fun game so far. All right, we've got a lot of you here in the chat. So who are you here to root for? Let's do some red, blue, and gold hearts if you're here to root for Team Philippines. Let's do some green hearts if you're here to root for Glass City. Is there such a thing as black and white hearts for the zebras? Or you could just put a zebra in the chat if you're here for Team Zebra.
There's black ones.
Yeah. And if you want to just be weird, you can do whatever hearts you want. Because we're always a good... We kind of let people do what they want here at Derby Date Night. We're a little off the rails usually, so.
Not yet, but we're working our way.
Not yet. We haven't gone off the rails yet. We're only on game 2 of 12, so come back at 8 p.m. tonight, and you might see us being a little more crazy, right? All right, looks like we are getting ready to get started with this second half. Team Philippines at the end of the first half just went over that century mark, so they are at 103. Glass City Rollers at 41. Can you give us a penalty update?
I can. Nobody has more than 2 from any team, and I actually think
nice.
Glass
Low
City
penalties.
is only one person has 2. So yeah, it's a very
low
penalty.
That's a very low penalty game for sure. All right, we've got. Okay, I got corrected on how to say. No, not Panay Envy. It was. Okay, I got corrected on PK. I don't remember. Anyway, Panay Envy is pushing through a tripod, trying to find any space that they can, getting pushed to the inside. Meanwhile, Gigabyte is trying to get through at the back. Pick Eye. Number
Gigabyte
68 is Pick Eye. Gigabyte is now lead. Sorry. I'm trying to make sure I'm saying all the skaters' names correctly. And Pick Eye. But Pichet Envy... Let's start over. Let's pretend that jam didn't happen, even though Glass City Rollers got 3 points, so I'm sure that they don't want to have that jam not have happened because they want to get every single point they can. So we start the second half with Glass City Rollers getting those 3 points. They're going to need a few more to catch up to Team Philippines. However, in our last game, we had a 50-point deficit.
Almost, yeah.
Almost a 50-point deficit, and we ended in an overtime jam. So anything can happen in roller derby, which is why we love it, right?
We do.
I Am Godzilla out very quickly with a lead jammer, followed by Mother Nature from Glass City. Oh, look at all the hearts in the chat. I adore you all. Lots of Glass City, lots of Team Philippines love. Love seeing it. Glass City got into that pack and was able to steal 4 points. I Am Godzilla still controlling this jam, still in the lead, has not gotten out of the pack on that first scoring pass. This is a different strategy. Have they decided to run it, you think, in the second half?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Mm-hmm, because they were doing hit it and quit it last time. Mother Nature threw on a second scoring pass for another 4 points.
I think at this point they're just trying to catch up on the.
Yep, and Glass City outscoring
points.
Team Philippines by 4 in that one, so.
Sometimes you take that big risk and it just doesn't quite work.
Yeah. So if you were coaching, why would you decide, and you were winning like Team Philippines is, what would lead you to decide to run the jams longer?
Mainly just to kind of wear out jammers. Every once in a while you get one of their better jammers that may be a threat in the future if you can get them worn down a
That's a
little
good point. Endurance is going to be the theme of the weekend. This first game, I feel like everybody's going to be nice and fresh. Everybody's looking pretty good. But having done this tournament before and being a B-level tournament, many of these skaters have never skated in a tournament before. And all of these skaters are skating in 3 games this weekend. Not all, because there's a 20-person charter, only 15 per game, but you know what I mean. Anyway, Karma is your lead jammer and is in the pack right now on a scoring pass and is able to get through to score 4 points for Team Philippines. Meanwhile, Kuma Sutra is in the pack, still on her initial getting pulled to the back there by Godzilla Rex.
There she got out.
Karma coming around on another scoring pass. Kuma has gotten through the pack. And that jam is called. No points for Glass City and 12 for Team Philippines, continuing to extend that lead. So Team Philippines, some of them shared their favorite corn dish with us since this is the Cornament, and we are all about corn here at Corn-Fed Roller Derby. Rex really enjoys Spam corn fried rice.
Yeah.
Ms. Tiza enjoys an avocado corn salad, which sounds delicious. And Jolly Bay likes some corn cheese ice cream, which I have never heard of. Corn cheese ice cream? That sounds so good. You're Googling Spam corn fried rice?
No, I was Googling the flavors of Spam. I know Spam is huge in
what
Filipino
does Spam
culture.
taste like? I don't think I've ever had
you.
Spam.
I don't know. I have friends from Hawaii, where there are lots of like Filipino people, and they eat Spam like it's going out of style. But there's like 15 or 20 different flavors even.
Looks like Pikai might have had a little bit of a tumble, so that jam was called due to medical. So they're going to go over and talk to our medical people, which also does mean that they will not be able to skate in the next 3 jams. If you are ever injured and a jam gets called off because of your injury, even if you feel okay, you got to sit for 3 jams. Miami says this tournament was so much fun last year. So happy to see Team Philippines doing it big for the borderless teams. I think we should always have at least one borderless team in this tournament. I'm not in charge of anything, but I have decided because I adore the borderless teams. We should have just a borderless team tournament. Ooh, that'd be fun.
They did that once.
They did?
Yeah.
Okay. I think they do.
That's the one that ended up not so well.
I think they still do it.
They still kind of do a few. Skate Wars does a little bit, but.
Skate Wars is a combination of borderless and states. All right, Gigabyte is lead jammer. Panay Envy chasing Gigabyte down. Gigabyte getting in and doing that hit it and quit it. It's like salty ham. Jennifer's like, you've never had Spam? I don't know if it's y'all never had Spam. I have never had Spam.
I have never had Spam.
I have a feeling because I'm having this. It's y'all?
It's y'all.
You haven't had any
it's
either?
Y'all.
I have a feeling now that we're discussing this, there's going to be a point where Spam gets put in front of us because people are. Spam is perfect for fried rice. Now I need to try it.
I'm not against it. I just have never done it.
Okay, Ursa, I thought it was in Portland, and I almost said it. No Borders in Portland this year was won. Very good derby. The texture of Spam.
Godzilla is out, by the way.
Is it like flan? Is that the texture, or is it more solid? Okay, derby. I Am Godzilla is lead jammer for Team Philippines.
Mother Nature is for Glass City, but in the box.
So this is a power jam for Team Philippines, and I Am Godzilla, who is on their first scoring pass, trying to stretch that pack out to the front. Does so and gets those 4 points. Mother Nature's still sitting in the box, so I Am Godzilla is going to have maybe one more pass before Mother Nature is out of the box. Tara says it's more solid. We're only at game 2, and I've already devolved into talking about food with the chat. This is not a good sign. I Am Godzilla through for another 4 points. Mother Nature back on the track. Is Mother Nature still on her initial, Eric?
Yes.
Okay. So not scoring any points right now, while I Am Godzilla is currently on their 3rd scoring pass. Spam is pork jello. That does not make it sound good, Bruce Guy.
No, it's not. I know enough to know that that's not quite true.
Yeah, she said more solid than flan.
Yeah.
Jello is less solid than flan.
Yeah. It's not jellied eels, which is a weird English thing.
Devious Diva, my favorite Derby streaming service. Even though we spend 20 minutes talking about Spam, are you sure?
Heck yeah.
Last time, oh yeah, bagels. Bagels was the topic, remember?
Yeah.
What is delicious? Spam what?
Yeah, wasubi. It's this one
Musubi?
here. Somebody put it up there.
Somebody put it up there? What is that? Musubi? Spam and rice and seaweed. Ooh. Okay. Okay. We should have a spam like cook-off where everybody tries to cook their best spam dish. Oh, Van likes a lot of spam. Spam fried rice, all-time fave for Ursa. Van likes fried spam sandwiches, fried egg, fried spam, American cheese and white bread. Only the most garbage, low-quality ingredients.
You are starting to sound like the Monty Python sketch.
What Monty Python sketch?
The whole spam one.
Oh.
Spam, breakfast food, spam, and spam.
Well, while we're not talking about spam, I would like to remind you to vote for your skater of the game. We will be closing the vote at 5 minutes, so you don't have to vote right now, but you want to be thinking about it and make sure to vote for your skater of the game before we hit the 5-minute mark. That skater, whoever you all choose, is going to get an extra special exclusive sticker from Derby Date Night that says skater of the game.
We're not overly talking about spam. We're saving the jokes. That's what we're doing.
We are saving the jokes. Scarface is your lead jammer for Glass City. Glass City has had lead jam a little bit more so far in the second half.
A little bit, yeah.
I mean, not necessarily more than Team Philippines, but more than they did in the first half.
Yeah.
Karma is out of the pack. Scarface is penalty?
Oh, back block.
Was that a penalty?
Yeah.
So this is a power jam for Team Philippines, and this will be a 2-minute jam because Scarface lost lead when she went to the box. So we're going to go for 2 full minutes. Karma has scored 4 points. Is going to be trying to score some more. Goldie says honorary vote for Demi, toughie of the match. Oh, yeah, I wish we could nominate more people. But the good part is that we get to do 3 games for each of these teams. And so definitely be here in the chat during the first half of any game. If you really want somebody to be nominated for Skater of the Game, you can give me your reasons during the first half. And Eric and I will consider it as we decide who the four nominees for Skater of the Game are. All right, Scarface is out of the box and through for 4 points. Meanwhile, Karma was in the box. So both jammers have spent some time in the box during this 2-minute jam. Maybe they just needed a 30-second rest.
Yeah, sometimes you just need a break.
Sometimes you just need a break, or they're in solidarity. You went to the box. I'm also going to go to the box because then we both did and we can, be fair. It's fair that way. The chat is still talking about spam.
Yep, there it is. The spam.
And spam, bacon, eggs, and spam.
Yep.
Now I need to watch it. I feel like I've seen it before, but the Monty Python one that I quote all the time is the "Come back here, I'll bite your elbows off," or kneecaps.
The Black Knight. Yeah.
Come back here, I'll bite your kneecaps off. I don't know what accent that was.
No.
Honorary vote for Southern Discomfort, also skating with B skaters. They grow up so fast. Speaking of growing up so fast, Frankie Kenny, Envy has only skated for 3 years. Wumbo has only skated for 1 year. Karma, who is currently winning the vote for skater, 3 years. Lapugachu, 3 years. Jolly Bay, 3 years. Sio Pao, 1.5. Domulog 2. Godzilla Rex 3 and frickin' Adobo is 1 year skating. So we do have a lot of skaters who have 3 or less years of experience out there skating for Team Philippines. Love to see it. Speaking of Baby Domulog, getting through and currently in a scoring position, Scarface headed to the box again.
Yep, but there will be no lead jammer because she did not get out completely legally. Had a no pass, no penalty.
No pass, no penalty. So no lead jammer.
Not this one.
Baby Domulog is through for 4 points for Team Philippines. Tis but a scratch.
This game is different too because we have, at this point, I have 10 leads that have been lost due to penalties. In the last game, there was only 1 the whole time.
Wow, that's crazy. I love stats sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
It's just so fun. Domulog is through again for another 4 points, bringing that total to 8. Scarface is still sitting in the box. Was that a 2 penalty? Because it seems like Scarface has been in the box for a while.
Maybe.
Team Philippines, also known as Jeepney Squad. Jeepney, doing a great job starting this tournament out strong. Glass City is holding in there, though. They really are. They're working so hard and working together. Domulog taking a little bit of a spill to the inside, but able to recover and get back up. Scarface is back in the pack again, sees a space on the inside. Godzilla Rex tries to stop Scarface, but is unable to do so, so Scarface is able to get out. Baby Domulog is pushed to the outside and getting pulled to the back by Tornado, one of your nominees for Skater of the Game. And that jam will come to its natural conclusion. Ursa says, shout out to that Philippines defense, knocking that blocker out and running them back. It's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Foxglove says, CO Pow is amazing. She has things at practice I'm convinced are witchcraft. There are some skaters that can just do things that you're like,
oh, yeah.
My body will not do that. Nope, never. Official review. Do you think this is this is probably a real official review.
Actual official review.
It's our first real official review of the tournament, actually.
It is.
There's our coaches for Team Philippines. Crankdat and Unraveled Chaos. Crankdat was in 2018 and 2025 World Cup skater. Unraveled Chaos is a third wheel member, one of our very first third wheel members that we got, also a very good friend. Chaos and I started skating together. We had our first game together. Did you know that, Eric?
No.
Chaos and I had our first game together. Chaos is a much better skater than me and is still skating. And I have decided to transition to announcing, which is where my skills really lie.
You're more celebrity anyway, I think.
I do try to be a diva when Sirius tells me to carry things. I'm like, I am just the talent, Sirius.
Don't try, you succeed.
He said, you don't try, you succeed.
I might have carried, I don't know.
Yeah, you always
more than
volunteer to
you
carry stuff. Yeah, you might have carried.
Overall.
I think you might have carried
yes.
more of our gear than I have in the history of Derby Date Night. If I can find somebody who's willing to carry stuff instead of me, but I'm networking. That's the important things that I'm doing. Anyway, during this official review, it's On the Farm weekend, and on the farm, we tell jokes. What did the mama cow say to the baby cow? No. It's past your bedtime. I really like this one. Why do cows have hooves instead of feet? Because they lactose.
Oh, God.
Lactose.
Jesus, that's horrible.
Lactose.
That was horrible.
No, it's funny. What do you call a cow with no calf? Decaffeinated. Everyone around me is groaning.
Yes.
I hope the refs tell us what this official review is about. Mr. Bruise Guy says, Sirius is extremely appreciated. Excuse me, Mr. Bruise Guy, what about Arya? Mr. Bruise Guy, you know that Sirius is really the engine behind this operation. I'm just riding along for fun.
Why am I want to know why I'm horrible.
Tara
why am I
says
horrible?
Because you're not laughing at my jokes. You need to laugh at my jokes, Eric.
Well, okay, since Tara told me to.
Only when earned.
Okay, ready, Eric? You're going to laugh at this one.
It's going to be hilarious.
What did the farmer say when he lost one of his cows? What a mistake. There, see? Tara's going to call you out. That was so fake.
It was.
I know this timeout is going forever, but like I'm not going through all of my jokes during the second game of the tournament. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you a little bit more about some of the other teams that you're going to see.
You're going to get some info
Mr.
here,
Bruce
though.
guy, Aria always gets the appreciation. You're right. Okay, I'm going to find out some things. Hi.
So, Green wanted a penalty assessed to Bob Jammer for a track cut. When they fell, they went down their hand and dropped down.
Slowly getting information from the referees here.
Stayed in, and we thought the jam ref didn't see that. Review it is being assessed with keeping their
Got it.
There we go.
Perfect. Thank you. All right. So Glass City was official reviewing. Yes, take a snack. That's why we have snacks
right.
here. But Glass City was asking for a review on the fall over here right after turn 2. I noticed that too.
Yeah.
The jammer fell, and the refs initially thought that only the hand went out, but it was the hand and the lower arm up to the elbow, which you can't. That's too much that goes out of bounds. And so upon review, the refs decided that yes, the skater did have a track cut, so now that skater, Baby Domalog, is sitting in the penalty box, and Glass City is starting this jam with a power jam.
We see some of that stuff over here like the coaches do.
Mm-hmm.
Every once in a while, me and Ari are looking at each other, giving the signal for whatever penalty we thought it would be.
Yep. Yeah, we look at each other and we're like, was that a this penalty? I don't know. But not all penalties get seen.
Nope.
And that happens sometimes. And that's a good use of an official review, too. If you can get a jammer in the box, that's a really good reason to use that official review. Gigabyte is your lead jammer, but Baby Domalog came out of that box like just so fast and so strong, got through on that initial, will not be able to score any points, but did manage to get that call off. Mr. Bruce guy, that's it. Yes, you're a downed skater once you have more than just your hand on the ground. Once that elbow touches.
Yep.
All right, we have got a little bit more than half. We're about a little bit more than halfway through this second half. The vote is still open for skater of the game and will be open. Iron Ham, love to see you. We're gonna feature this super chat and let you all know a construction joke. Never mind. We're just working on it. Iron Ham using a super chat for a joke. Love it. Love it. Because now you're not only getting the jokes in like your ears, you're also getting them in your eyes.
I'd pay you for that construction joke, but I need half down up front.
Half down. All right, Panay Envy and Mother Nature are jamming against each other. Panay Envy has 4 points. Mother Nature is through. I was too busy reading Iron Ham's joke to know why we don't have a lead jammer. Were you paying attention?
I don't.
Oh, we should probably, since we're the announcers, Eric, we should probably pay attention.
I was, and I still don't know why.
Okay, cool. Me neither. Anybody in the chat know why there's no lead jammer? Oh, you're in the other building. Thank you so much, Iron Ham. I will let you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've got a direct line to the snacks.
Sweet.
The first tournament, I said something about needing a, on the second day, needing a, what are those called from Starbucks that help your voice when your voice starts to go?
I don't go to Starbucks either.
No, it's a
I know
it's
you
a
don't like
tea-
me because I don't like a lot of
It's a tea
things.
with honey. It's called something. Anyway, I needed one of those, and I said it, and then someone brought it to me. And I was like, oh, the power. It was so weird. Okay, anyway, Panay Envy and Mother Nature still jamming in this 2-minute jam, which only has 10 seconds left. I would be so tired if I were them right now. Doing a great job. Panay Envy has actually scored 20 points in this jam so far, which is highest point total so far of the game. Great
Oh,
job.
jam time. There we go.
Might have even gotten at least one more. Medicine ball. Thank you, Melanin. 10 minutes. 10 minutes left in the vote.
I love when the jam timer's like 2 seconds late to end the jam.
Oh, Star also said medicine ball. And Chrissy,
Yeah.
everybody was like, see, I know what it's
I don't know. I drink that every day for
medicine
breakfast.
ball.
That is my breakfast every day. I do
Yeah.
2 cups of tea with honey. I just like it.
Ms. Tiza is my skater of the game. And I know I can't nominate everyone for skater of the game. So again, if you come to the next Team Philippines game, convince me during the first half who you want to be nominated for skater of the game to get one of those special exclusive skater of the game stickers. Kuma Sutra coming out with lead jammer for Glass City.
Do you know what I find extremely convincing?
What?
Super chats.
Super chat. Ooh, super chats would help. love a good super chat to like help support Derby Date Night and try and get your skater nominated. Oh, some jammer on jammer action from Godzilla. Almost got Kuma Sutra out of bounds and now has passed Kuma Sutra as both jammers approach the pack. Kuma calls it. No points scored for either team, but Glass City already had 4, so brought them to 74.
Oh, it's
Medicine ball is steamed.
It's peppermint tea, though?
Lemonade and green tea plus 2 peppermint and honey pumps. I didn't know if peppermint is in it.
Yeah, see, I
Honey
wouldn't do the
citrus
peppermint.
mint tea, but it is mint tea. It
Oh,
has,
no, I wouldn't do that then.
oh no, it's so good. No, but it works. Like trust me, it works. It's crazy how well it works. Okay, this is what happened in that jam where no one was lead. The jammer from Philippines exited the pack on their knees, not upright and standing, therefore not lead. Okay, thank you very much, Cole. Really appreciate that. Blockbuster, your lead jammer, but Karma is so speedy and chasing that pack down, comes into a really, really tough tripod. But got a point. I love it when they steal those points.
Stealing a point. I love it.
Glass City outscored Team Philippines 3-1, but they're going to need some longer jams to really break into this point differential. They're going to need some power jams. They're going to need some long, like what they've been doing. They've been getting more lead, but they're short jams, so they're only like ticking away at the points because Philippines is doing such a good job getting out of the pack and forcing the call off. There is a honey citrus mint tea. Oh, lemonade and then some honey. It ended up being a 21-point jam. That was great. Damalog is your lead jammer for Team Philippines. Scarface is... Ooh, did you see that juke? That was a great juke for Damalog. The star was passed, and Cat Atomic will now be the jammer for Glass City. Damalog through the pack, gets those 4 points, and calls it. Beautiful. We have got 11 and a half minutes left in this game, and I told you I was going to tell you about the other teams we were going to see, and then I forgot. So let's actually do that. So after this game, 4 of the 8 teams will have already played. Hard Knocks, Boomington, Team Philippines, and Glass City. Coming up in the next 2 games, we have got Root River, Burning River, Rolla Rockets, and our home team, Corn-Fed Roller Derby. So we have got lots and lots of derby to play today, and we're going to be live all day today and all day tomorrow.
That's the next game is the Root River, Burning River?
Yes,
That's the
the
battle
rivers.
of 2 rivers.
The Battle of the Rivers. Maybe we should get river jokes for the next game.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
You can look that up while we're...
How many jokes are there about rivers, though?
Who knows?
We're about to find out.
They'll just flow right out anyway.
See, this is why you're on Derby Date Night,
that's why.
Eric. Godzilla is lead jammer. Oh, did you see that beautiful around the outside, taking advantage of the offense? There are two blockers in the penalty box for Glass City, and they were just kind of chatting with each other. They both look very relaxed. One of them is stood up now. So we're going to start this next jam with a 4-2 pack advantage to Philippines with 2 blockers from Glass City in the box. Tara's excited you told a joke. I think you're back on Tara's good side now.
I mean, she was happy because I laughed. She told me that was better.
All right. Less than 10 minutes left. that vote for your skater of the game. Karma is winning by a lot right now. If you really want Godzilla Rex, Gigabyte, or Tornado to win, you gotta vote. You got 5 more minutes. All right, both jammers out of the pack very quickly. Panay Envy and Kuma Sutra, 2 jammers we have seen a lot in this game. Both in the pack right now. Panay decides to call it. I think both jammers. Nope. Good job by Team Philippines.
Good solid wall.
Yeah. 2 points, 2-0. All right, getting ready for that next jam. Toe stops on the outside line. I love watching that star. Toe stops on, I'm also a big fan of toe stops on the outside line. A quick lead jammer to Blockbuster. Baby Domalog taking a hit to the outside. Again, Baby Domalog's smile is just so great. I love it. But got pushed to the outside and pulled back. Blockbuster came into the pack, took a huge, it was almost like a Superman fly, but has recovered and is out of the pack with 4 points and decides to call the jam before Baby Domalog can score any. This isn't a river, it's a stream, Jennifer says.
It is.
You're right. Jennifer, you fit our vibe so well. We love it.
You can take that to the bank.
Take that to, you know what else you could take to the bank? Some money to become a member of Derby
There you
Date
go.
Night.
That'd be better.
3 minutes left in the vote. Team Philippines just hit 200 mark. Karma and Mother Nature jamming for their respective teams. Mother Nature pulling to the front. Karma taking a hit to the outside, getting pulled back on the outside while Mother Nature's getting pulled back on the inside. Double pullback.
I know, I love that.
When both are getting pulled back at the same time.
It's fun to watch. I don't like coaching against it.
Right. Karma is now the one pulling to the front. Everybody kind of tumbles to the inside line. Mother Nature is stuck behind one of those good tripods that Team Philippine has been doing all game long. No lead jammer established. Karma sees a space on the inside
There
and
it
just
is.
does the Midwest, let me scooch
Yep.
right by you here, and gets through for lead jammer. Karma in the pack on a scoring pass.
Star pass has been
Star
completed.
pass to Catatomic, who is now the jammer for Glass City. Coming around to try and score some points. Oh, a nice hit out there. Who is 5572? That was nice. Forcing the Mother Nature
Yep.
passed the star and then did some great blocking.
I know.
Love to see it.
Love it.
Love to see it. And how quick you can switch your brain.
Yep.
Diva is the same as me. I wish I smiled when I jammed. I always look angry but never am. Diva, I am right there with you. I feel you. That is exactly my issue. I am not a smile jammer either. I was never a jammer. Not a smile player. Oh, Panay Envy coming out quickly with lead jammer. Scarface, meanwhile, took a hit to the outside. And now to the inside. Panay is in the pack on a scoring pass. Little under 6 minutes left in this game. Panay getting pushed to the outside and getting pulled all the way back. Panay currently on a scoring pass while Scarface has not yet gotten through on that initial. This is, beautiful. Did you see? Panay saw a space between two of their own blockers, which is a great space to take, but then one of the Glass City blockers kind of recycled to the front. Panay is getting sent, I think, to the box. So this is a power jam now for Glass City and Tornado, who has been pivoting but is now a jammer for the first time in this game.
Panay was really close to getting a second one on that one.
PI's
See the ref
defense is
think
so
about
good.
it. It was like just enough to not
Right?
quite be there, but could have gotten the not leaving the track penalty.
Yeah, I was thinking it too. I was like, they're on the track for a while, but Yeah, Team Philippines Star, I know you're saying that their defense is so good, and Foxglove. So remember, this team has never played together as a team before today in a game. And
Yeah.
look how great that defense is and how quickly they all come together. Beautiful to see. Love it.
Be formidable by the end of this weekend for
Right.
sure.
Yeah. And if they keep going this way, 4.5 minutes left. All right, I'm going to close
there you go.
speaking of 4.5 minutes left, I'm going to close the poll, and I am going to be giving a Derby Date Night Skater of the Game sticker to Karma Chameleon after this game. I will go find Karma and give Karma one of our stickers. I think Panay Envy got a low block at the end of that jam and is headed to the penalty box as a jammer. So this next
Maybe.
jam
Yep.
will start with a power jam for Glass City, as Panay is going to be starting in the box. This is Scarface's second game ever.
Really?
Are you serious?
I mean, that's not horrible.
Amazing. Yeah, Star, this is the first time they've ever played as a team, and they look like they've been practicing together for years. It's amazing. Second game is at a tournament, and Scarface, they've been doing so well.
Yeah. 40% lead. I
Whew.
mean, for somebody new, that's really
For
good.
somebody's second game ever
Yeah.
to get 40% lead.
That's really good.
That is very good. All right, another
Actual
official review, which means you get to listen to some farm jokes from me, Eric. I'm sure you're very excited.
Always.
Sirius is always excited about the jokes. You know, what kind of things do we talk about here on Derby Date Night when we also are talking about milking cows?
Jeez.
Utter nonsense.
Oh, Jesus.
Derby Date Night is filled with utter nonsense.
True.
My brother has me worried. Anytime he drives by a milk farm, he pulls over and leaves a few dollars on the fence. Doesn't he know cow tipping is illegal?
Oh, jeez. Oh, man. We're going there. Okay. Okay. I'll prepare myself for these.
Okay, we'll go simple. What did the baby corn say to the mama corn? Where's popcorn?
You have to explain cow tipping. I mean, if we've got people from all over the place.
Well, we are in the Midwest, so
that is a very normal thing. Here.
Sirius and I are not from the Midwest. We're from Seattle.
Okay.
So cow tipping, we know what it is, but did you ever cow tip?
Yes.
Green official review wanted illegal procedure for improper exit on black jammer's penalty.
Okay.
It was confirmed, so black jammer now has 2 penalties.
Thank you. Eric, you and I were right.
Yep,
Okay, so
we
we just
were.
got the information on that official review. Glass City was asking for a second penalty to be assessed for not leaving the track, which is what Eric and I were talking about, and the officials agreed, and now that jammer will be sitting for two penalties.
Nope, just the one.
1 whole minute.
They said they're one. They're getting
they
this
already
one
sat
as the
their
second
one?
one. Yeah.
No, they didn't. They got the back block at the end, at the very end, remember? They got the back block at the very, very end, so they're sitting in the box. Was that one jam ago?
I think so. I think they're in there for one.
I think they're in there for 2.
Because
wanna
I think
make- you wanna
I think
make a
that was
bet?
the call over here. No.
Should we make a bet?
Sure, why not?
I don't think we're allowed
What
to
do I have
bet
to
money,
lose?
so, I mean, I don't know.
I'll bet you money. I don't care. A friendly wager. It's not like we're gambling.
Second game ever in a tournament, right? Ursa said I had a lot of games under my belt the first time I played in a tournament, and I was still terrified. Second game ever is so rad. I completely agree. Goldie, I could barely turn around my second game, right? Woo! A quick lead jammer for Gigabyte. Glass City's done a great job with their official reviews,
Yep.
specifically trying to get jammers to sit for longer. And if this goes longer than 30 seconds, then I win something.
No, you
A
win.
crown!
She's not standing, so you win.
I win?
There's the 20. We're past the 20 seconds.
Yes,
and there
I
was
win.
Not standing, so.
Can you get Jamnesia if you're not playing? Star, if it's me? Absolutely. Oh, jammer switcheroo.
Yep. She was done with the first penalty.
I don't
so
know why
the
I
second
keep
one.
it.
You can hit me. I don't care.
I'm starting to smack you on the
That's
arm
fine.
when I get excited.
I'm good.
Panay Envy now out while Gigabyte waits in the box. So this is going to be a 2-minute jam with 2 minutes and 55 seconds left in this game. everybody shout out your favorite skaters from this game. They have done such a great job. And Panay Envy is through. Not lead jammer, though, and neither is Gigabyte, who is also through. Gigabyte has already scored 4. Panay Envy is going to try to put some points on the board here for Team Philippines in this jam. Okay, and Panay Envy is through. Gigabyte is got 2 blockers to go past. Nice recycling to the front there to continue to block by Team Philippines. Panay Envy coming around on another scoring pass. Both skaters in the pack on their second scoring pass. Panay finds that space and is through on the inside. Gigabyte also through. 2 seconds left, 1, and that is the end of the jam. Both jammers scored 8 points. With 1 minute 44 seconds left, we got at least 1 more jam, maybe 2. All right, Mr. Ironham has one last joke for us for this game. Did you hear about the thief who stole all the toilets at the police station? The police have nothing to go on. Cyanide tells us that Envy is helping build up a new team, Heart's Delight Roller Derby, to replace Silicon Valley Roller Derby after their dissolution. She's awesome. That has got to be so hard to start a new team. I know I was a part of Corn-Fed getting their non-profit status many years ago, and that was a chore. But to start a new team, that's amazing. That's wonderful to hear. Okay, Domalog, who is sitting with only 1 penalty, amazing, got slowed down. And look at that, juking through the pack there, getting through to get 4 points for Team Philippines. All right, 42 seconds. We will have 1 more jam.
I thought they might run that one out.
It's always fun to have 1 more jam.
I agree.
I enjoy 1 more jam. Everybody's cheering for their favorite people. We've got shout outs for so many people. Godzilla Rex, Karma Chameleon. Shout out to Baby Domalog, Demi, Let's Go Envy, Baby Dom. Oh, is that a Domalog? Is a Domalog it looks like a cow with really long horns.
I don't know.
Lapu Gachu, 999, let's go. Baby Domalog, Hordezuela. A new team coming to Southeast Alaska, too. Oh, Lexa, are you starting it? Or is somebody else starting it? Purple Fury loves 1 more jam. All right, and Karma Chameleon. Thank goodness I didn't figure that out until now, but we got 2 more games for me to sing it. Is your lead jammer. Blockbuster was able to get out. The period clock has run out. We got more Derby, though. We got so much more Derby for you today. We have 5 more games. 5 more games of Derby. Karma decides to call it. That will be the end of this game and the unofficial score. Team Philippines 222 and Glass City Rollers 94. We will be taking a short break. What time is it now? So in about 20 minutes, we will be starting with our next game, which is going to be between the Root River Rollers and Burning River Roller Derby. It's going to be the battle of the rivers. Yep. And I'm going to find some river jokes because that's funny. All right, y'all. We will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for joining us and cheering so loudly for your favorite skaters, your favorite teams, your favorite skating officials, and, of course, your favorite Derby Date Night.